I'm auditioning this morning, baby. We're on the move. I got the bromatics in today. I don't know. They may need somebody to introduce them or sing with them sometime. I don't know. But I'm going to be on my best this morning just in case we have a talent scout in the area. What do you say, Eric? All right, that's the deal. No, this is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen here on the case for truth and justice with the right information to help improve the situation. I was listening to my brother, Pastor EC, Reverend EC, and he reminded me this morning, you can't take it with you. But some people think they can, and they will. They'll take some good memories, I hope, and some of them will take some bad memories, but you will not escape with that Escalade. You will not be driving out of here. It will not occur. So, what does all of that mean? I think it means that you probably need to be nice to each other, so that I think the phrase is, well, no, I'm going to tell you what it's all about. It's a little piece of my poetry. All right. You ready, Anthony? Yeah. All right, okay. We're going to rock this out here. Yeah, see, I know a man who lived a lie. Now he's afraid to die. Yep, he traded his soul for a bucket of gold. Now his soul wants to know why. See, he cheated his friend Anthony for the sake of a dime. Felt no pain at all. But now the devil has come to claim his soul, and he feels oh so small. But there's no place to run, no place to hide, because the devil is on his trail. No place to turn to ask a friend for the kind word that could pay his bail. No, it's a doggone shame, and it's too damn bad. I think I'm going to cry. A friend of mine traded his soul for gold, and now he's afraid to die. It's a doggone shame, and it's too damn bad. I think I'm going to cry. Like I said, a friend of mine sold his soul for gold. Now he's afraid to die. Now, you may just be confronted one day with that choice that's hard to make. But if it's a question of your soul for gold, I hope you'll know which one to take. I hope you'll know which one to take. Because a friend of mine traded his soul for gold, and now he's afraid to die. Listen, folks, I heard RMEC say, well, if he's going to be old and crazy, he just assumed, God take him out. He's been, and we want to be successful in life. We want to give things in life because collecting things in life just makes you see the big pile of junk that you assembled before you got out of here. Now, what do you do with the talents that you have? Most of us get started in life. We jump out here. We do the things necessary to make our family strong and feed our kids and things of that sort. But that doesn't necessarily use your talent, the gift that God gave you. It uses your intensity. It uses your integrity. It uses your understanding of doing what you have to do to make life be right. But then there's that talent. There's that other thing that as you look at who you are and what you've done and is there more I can do and what can I do to give to you? I'm into that part. I think that the echo of your actions is going to be displayed by how people respond to you when you're in need, how people respond to you when you echo out of here. I want my echo to be a very harmonious, long echo that says, Wallace was a pretty good dude. He's pretty cool. And I think most of you want to do that too. Today, I want to point out, continued, that, our purpose for being here. I want you to test yourself always. I want you to ask the question, seek the truth. Think critically, improve yourself, increase our quality of life while respecting each other and the planet we share. Save the world, clean up after yourself, leave things better than when you found them. Are we our brother's keeper? Should we be? Is investing in human potential as a social development tool a productive investment? Or as a brother, an expected moral commitment? Well, today we're going to check with some young men who've been pretty successful in life. They've been doing what they want to do, but in 2017, an old memory, an old desire jumped back in them, and they formed a singing group, the Bromatics. Yeah, they did, and they are very good. They're in not the young men that they used to be, but they're wise men who've got great voices, great talent, and they're going to share some of that with you today, talk about how and why they are, at this point, singing these good oldies, bringing back good memories for folks who maybe didn't even have good memories, but now when you hear these songs, it'll give you a good memory. So we're going to take a short break and come back, and I'm going to introduce you to the Bromatics, a singing group of young men who sing R&B oldies, young men who are enthused about what they're doing, and they can feed some of that enthusiasm to you. And you're going to get a chance to see them if you want to. Mother's Day's coming up. They have an event that they are going to be entertaining in and it's Mother's Day. And you may be wanting to take mom out or your wife out or your daughter out or maybe send them out so you could watch the game. I don't know who's going to be playing on May 14th. But if it's the Lakers, I'm in good shape because my wife and my mother understand that we all should be sitting around cheering the local team. So we'll be right back after this short break so you can cheer another local team, our Bromatics. They are our guys. We'll see you shortly.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
All right, I want to remind you folks that are driving Volvos and cars of that sort. Oh, yeah. All right, let me be sure you can hear me here. Okay, we're having some wonderful time up in here. You drive a Volvo, it probably treats you better than you treat it. You have possibly mistreated your Volvo because it lets you get away with it by performing anyway. Treat your Volvo to a checkup by the Volvo Doctor. Tom, the owner of All Make Auto in Highland. That's All Make Auto in Highland. The Volvo Doctor. He can help your Volvo stay healthy and strong. Give Tom a call, the Volvo Doctor, 909-425-8200. That's 909-425-8200. Tom's about 8 blocks west of the 210 freeway on Baseline in the city of Highland, California. Go to the Volvo Doctor. You'll appreciate it, I'm sure. All right, this is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. I've got an opportunity here to introduce you guys to some folks many of you may know individually, but maybe you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know that when you were speaking to Smokey Andrade that he was a bromatic. Maybe he didn't tell you. I don't know. There are others here, and I'm going to see who has been promoting the group like they should. Bill Vincent. You may be hanging around with Bill at the club, well, at church, or wherever Bill hangs at. Bobby ran into him at the post office. Bill, did you let anybody know that you're a bromatic? Where's Bill?
Everybody I know knows I'm a bromatic.
Okay, let's get you some microphone there.
Yes, sir. It's great being here, Wallace. Very, very great being here with you.
Good deal. We're having some string issues. So you don't have any issues about letting people know you're a bromatic.
No, we're actually very proud of that. Very
No,
proud
I
of that.
imagine you're proud,
Indeed.
but once we get past 22, our ego stops and people, we expect them to already know who we are and this, that, and the other. So tell me a little bit about the bromatics. I know that Smokey is the man who pulled the group together, but he had to know you in the first place to do all of that. Let's just understand that I'm going to ask everybody, what's your experience in singing? When did you decide, that while you were singing in that girl's ear when you were 17 at the dance, did she tell you you could sing good, or did you just decide you could sing good? Tell me about your experience and how you determined that you were going to, at some point, let the world hear your voice the way you feel that, well, you can't invite everybody into the shower. Right?
That's right.
So you gotta let them know at some point that you can do this. And Bill, let's start with you.
I think we all have, excuse me, different experiences. But I started with music. Come from a musical family, so my mom and dad both were concert pianists, and so I've been singing in churches and musical theater pretty much my whole life. And of course, not my real job, but that's what I did as far as my passion was concerned. And but no,
no, that real job thing is very important in the sense that we all have commitments. We all have things that we need to do, and sometimes the opportunity to do what we were born to do just doesn't show up right away. And I'm wanting to use this day to encourage people about their tomorrow, because your yesterday does not determine your tomorrow. What you decide to do today will help you make that decision tomorrow. And the fact that you had it in you all your life.
Yes.
What kind of work is your day job?
Well, my day job was 6 years ago. Okay. I was a vice president of a college, so I'm an academic. Actually,
did you sing to those people at all?
I sang to them every opportunity I could get. Every opportunity I could get.
And so, how did you squeeze singing in to the fact that you were a president of a college?
Well, the whole singing thing was it's always been a boyhood passion. Okay. I said I wasn't going to get out of this life without being an OJ or something like it.
Talk to me. That's good.
And it just so happened that the group came about with just some very good friends of mine that we pulled together actually from it was my wife's birthday party. And we decided that we were just going to I'm driving in the car with my wife, and I said, darling, we're going to have a birthday party for you, and all of my birthday parties, there's always entertainment. So I said, I'm going to make a group called the Bromatics. And she just laughed, and and and
she probably thought you said you was going to bring the dramatics.
Yeah, well, no. The reason that it is the Bromatics is because the Dramatics is my favorite group.
I got you.
So, Dramatics, Bromatics.
Got you.
So we said, okay, well, great. So I got together, several of my very, very closest friends, and at that time, the Bromatics, we just did basically a mime. So we were singing basically on some tracks, but nobody had any words coming out of their mouth. Yeah, there you go, Milli Vanilli. There you go.
Right, okay.
But it was the coolest thing because right after that, I said I changed and looked at my partner Melvin, who's the co-founder of the group, and I says, dude, we can do this. I said, listen.
Hold it right there. Melvin, come to the microphone. Let me hear your version of we can do this.
Well, when Bill brought it to me, he says, hey, we did a good job at the mics, but we weren't saying anything. Can you sing?
See, you don't even have to be able to sing to come back and to do this thing.
I said, well, Bill, I haven't sung in a long time. That's not something I, thought about. I had a passion for singing years ago, about 10 years ago, and my day job kept me busy. So I decided, I said, well, let's give it a shot. So he listened to me. He says, okay, you kind of so-so. And then I said, well, you can work with me. And then he said, wait a minute.
Bill told you was kind of so-so.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good singer, and he knows music very well, so I have to give him that respect. So that was something that I didn't have the talent for, in that time.
Let me stop you right there. Folks, you just heard that. No, it's really important. Sometimes you need to be able to surrender yourself to the thought.
Yes.
Okay, we're sitting here. I'm sitting here cheering for the Lakers. I'm sitting here cheering for even the Clippers because they represent Southern California. I want one of those teams to win. If the Lakers lose and I have to vote for Sacramento, I'm gonna do that because that's California.
That's right.
But my point is, you have to submit.
Yes.
You have to
Yes.
be willing to give of yourself. I've been talking in my mind to AD Anthony Davis about how he's supposed to play. I don't know if the line is hooked up or not because he listened to me every other day. It seemed like. But the point I want to make, you have to submit to the coach. You have to have some kind of plan that you're going to wake up in the morning and decide to follow. So, folks, it's not just like, well, God anointed me today and said I can sing, and so I'm going to run out here and be the new Sam Cooke. I'm going to run out. I guess I should name somebody else for the young folk. But anyway, my point is that we improve because we decide to improve. We contribute because we decide to contribute.
Exactly.
Henry, microphone. How did you get approached to be part of the Bromatics? We got the coach, we got the student. Where's everybody else's status as they came into the group? How were you approached to participate?
Well, first off, I was the athlete. I'm a coach and a former athlete in track and field. So that's been my area of expertise. Me and my brother kind of go way back. My brother plays guitar. I used to play the trombone back in junior high. And we'd go home and do some karaoke, and then actually my uncle just kind of inspired me and said, you need to take this to another level.
Okay.
And no one's going to call me.
Wait a minute. You mean here in Southern California, all these people who move out to California from Ohio, India, and Indiana, and all the places, to be discovered, being discovered is not the right attitude? You need to be a little aggressive and push yourself out there?
Whatever your situation, it kind of all works. It just depends on
But don't wait for nobody to call you.
Absolutely not.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
You got to just kind of step in there. So I put my name out there on a musical website, and then my attitude was, we'll wait and see, but I wasn't expecting anything. And lo and behold, I was called by Bill, and Bill didn't know it at the time, and I didn't know it at the time. Bill was actually out of town, but I used to work under Bill. Bill used to be my boss about 20 years ago.
But you guys didn't know that as you approached.
He had no idea I was musically inclined. I
See,
had no
you
idea.
never heard him humming or singing or nothing.
Not at
Or
all.
vice versa.
Not at all.
He's just coaching and hollering and telling
Yeah.
you, to give me another 5 or give me another lap.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a phone call from Bill and another gentleman that was in the group at the time, and so they interviewed me for a minute, but I didn't know that was Bill. And then I think Bill mentioned Henry. I only know one Henry in Southern California, in Corona, and it's
gotta be him.
Gotta be him.
Gotta be him.
Especially with Andrade as
And with Andrade.
yeah.
So that's how I became a member of the group. I was the 5th guy coming in, and we've just been rolling ever since. We've gone through a few changes, but we've got the core group here, and that's a little bit about how I got started with the group.
Okay, guitar playing brother. Let me get you over here on the microphone. Okay. Now, how did your brother approach you? I'm assuming that he brought you in and that you guys wasn't driving down the road looking for a singer one day and just happened to run into Magic Hit, right?
Well, I'd been playing in the band back in Sacramento myself, here and there, and doing a little gigging here and there. I get a call from my brother Henry, and Henry says, "Vic, listen, how'd you like to come up here and sing some gigs for us and become a bromatic?" And I thought, Well, how am I going to do that? I'm all the way down here. You guys, like.
Then he told you about all the money you was going to make, right? Right.
Well, he just asked me would I be willing to, and what I looked at, I said, well, sure. I'm retired now. That could be a passion. It's something that I could do.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
get into it. And, he just sent me the material. I learned material. And I shoot down here to L.A., get a practice in with him. We go on stage and do a show, and that's how it's been working out. And I'm glad I did because, like I say, I was playing in bands and stuff here and there. And the best thing is to get with a group where all the guys treat you like family and you get along real well. And this is a group of guys that are just amazing to work with.
Robert, is that true?
Indeed.
Let's pull that microphone over there.
Yeah, so I came along, I guess, in 2019. And one of the previous members of the group was a friend of mine, and he basically had a karaoke gig, and he posted me singing in one of his karaoke gigs. So one of the previous members recruited me that way.
Very good. So I have to back up a little bit. It seems that you can get discovered, and you will get a phone call if you put yourself out there, and that you guys, with enough work and pulling yourselves together, you've actually come together and become the Bromatics, and you're doing work.
Yes.
Now you're at a point where I guess we're all retired from that other job, and so we come together based on passion.
Yes.
And it's kind of like the basketball game, when if you play every game like it's game 7, and you play with passion, you've got a good chance to win. If you don't super win, you can be like the young man from Milwaukee that says, we are successful because we have performed.
That's right.
We have come through making a decision that pulled 5 people together.
Yes.
Man, sometimes me and my wife can't decide where to go eat dinner. That's us 2 of us, and we've been knowing each other almost 50 years. So 5 people working together, folks, and this is not just in singing, because I know that politically we'll get together and we'll talk about what we ought to do,
Right.
what needs to be done, and what they should be stepping up to do. Well, if you guys had all waited for them and they, we probably wouldn't even know how to spell bromatics, right? So putting yourself out there is part of the deal. And I appreciate that you've done that, and you let me come in here and play super interviewer with you. Maybe one of these days I'll be that. But the fact is that you guys have super personalities, super desires, and super accomplishments already. And that's without getting this gold record. Do you guys plan on performing, or you plan on continuing to perform? You plan on going in the studio? If so, what kind of music would you do? Are any of you writing music now? You playing new stuff on the guitar? So what's the plan from this point on? And let's roll there with the. Since you gave the mic up, Robert, let me give it back to you. What do you? I'm trying to catch somebody that ain't prepared here. So as you see it, Robert, what is the plan? What are your personal goals with the Bromatics?
Yeah, well, I just want to be able to perform at my peak level, and I think we have the setup to do that. And as far as I know, we only plan to perform. I don't know about any recording yet, but you never know what the future holds.
That's
but, yeah.
right. Okay.
But yeah, I'd like to perform at my peak level, use that as a platform to do some other things I want to do.
And so, what are some of the other things you'd like to do?
Probably something like what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to do a podcast one day. I'm interested in African history and Christianity and that kind of thing.
Very
so I
good.
want to be able to expound on some things that most people don't think about.
Very good. Okay, we'll see how to work that into the stage act. Okay. Henry.
We've had some opportunities we've been asked if we'd like to do some personal production. That's kind of on hold for us right now because we're trying to expand our group and really hone what we do and capture the essence of old school R&B. That's our focus right now. We want to just take it to another level. We're just growing. We're just literally growing week by week as a group, as a unit, as a team, and we're having fun. So we just want this to continue to grow, and we're growing as individuals, not only musically, but personally as well, because we're just experiencing a lot of different things with a lot of different major artists, and we're just kind of blown away by all the people that we're coming in contact with, and the people that we've been able to perform with already. And I don't think that was the initial thought process. The initial thought process is, let's do this thing as best we can, and let's tighten it up, and let's see how far we go. But I think all of us are realizing that the sky's the limit for the Bromatics, but we want to make sure that we keep a humble attitude about what we're doing, and that's pretty easy for us to do because our personalities are like that, and we kind of all mesh. So that helps the growth process, and we understand that.
Very good.
Yeah, very well said. The personalities is really one of the more significant parts of what we really wanted the group to be about. The fact that we're all retired, and when you have 35, 40 years of work, we all know what it takes to do that. This is a fun thing for us, but it's a fun, passionate thing for us. And I think the biggest thing is getting the right mix makes all the difference in the world. Because people talk about it being chemistry, this and that and the other, and that's very true. But to take advantage of an opportunity to do something you've always wanted to do, which is what grounds all of us, and to be able to sing to our abilities. I was telling the guys earlier today that the major blessing, particularly when Henry got into the group, has some amazing talents of putting songs together. So we're continuously learning about our own voices. We're being challenged every day about our own voices and singing songs and putting them in the mixes that he does, which is really the magic of the Bromatics. I think is what drives all of us, because we all are still looking for that challenge. And at this point, the challenge to be the very best we can, singing these old school songs. Like when Rob said, we don't know what the future holds, other than our next show, because we know it will be a good one. I can promise you that.
All right. And we're gonna talk about that.
I can promise you that.
Okay.
But it's a lot deeper than even just the music, where we are in our lives. And I think we're very cognizant of where we are in our lives and the opportunities and the blessings that we have right now. And so we're just remaining humble and doing what we do and continuing to challenge ourselves. And I think that's the best you can do.
One point that normally we start off young doing these kinds of things, and we start off young and ignorant of what the future could even hold, because at that age we're not even researching. But you guys are kind of reversing this. You've done the life thing. Is everyone married?
Yes.
Everyone have children?
Yes.
Oh man, you guys are real blessed. You got an audience built in. But I don't know. Sometimes the kids. So that leads me to the other question. Who are the young artists that you are paying attention to, or are there any that you are paying attention to because of their excellence, because of their ability to even inspire you, because of how they may be working on some of the oldies? Are you looking at continuing to sing them the way they were sung, or rearrange them? I remember the first time I heard Rotary Connection sing Respect. I had to hear it about 10 times before I realized, wow, they're singing Respect. And it was cold-blooded the way, okay, I mean, Minnie Riperton, I don't know if she ever made a noise that you didn't want to record, you know?
Right.
So with that thought, what's the response in terms of how you may want to rework some music, or is that in your? I saw your eyebrow arch up, Smokey, when I said that. It's like, I don't know if we are interrupting the thought you already had, or if we're putting a new one in the deal. So what's your response to that?
No, I was just thinking about some of the younger artists. First young artist to come to mind is Bruno Mars.
Okay.
He has taken old school and incorporated new school and everything in between, in the middle, and he's just taken it to another level where it's just absolutely beautiful to watch because he's incorporating everybody. So there's so many influences. You know, one of his first influences was James Brown. You could just see James Brown on stage and his performances just all day long. And it's just incredible that he has the passion to, as young as he is, to see and remember.
The nerve. You say the passion, I say the nerve.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
James Brown was not a clown or clicky.
Right.
I mean, you step out there and try to do some James Brown, you better adjust it like our kid Michael did, so that we realized he ain't trying to do James Brown.
Right.
Yeah.
He figured something out that he could call his, because
Right,
James Brown
right.
has his own.
His own.
Right.
His own.
Yeah.
You might, yeah, I guess you could tell it's kind of like James.
That's all right.
And you know, there's always just a passion for individuals who just have great talent. Her is just on another level. And again, she's very young, but at the same time, there's just so much rich history and culture in her music, and it's just beautiful to see somebody so young be able to take us back. And it's like, do you hear what she's doing?
Man,
She's
yeah.
doing our stuff.
Yes,
Are you
yes,
kidding me?
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. So you know that, you know, the next generation is in good hands when you're talking about those types of artists.
What and who allows you to stay in touch with the young generation? Your kids, your grandkids, your grandbabies dancing, your kids dancing, just bringing you music. Anybody in your younger ones interested in performing? Are they doing any of that?
Well, not for me. Actually, I look forward to coming to rehearsal because Henry puts he makes the songs list, and that's the challenge I look for. I tell him all the time, it's kind of like getting a Christmas gift, you know, when you were a kid. But he reaches way back, and then we do things from, you know, the '60s to now, and it really makes it fun, and so that's how it is for me anyway.
You guys are performing. Well, you performed last night?
Yes.
We performed at the Beverly Fine Arts Theater in Beverly Hills. It was just an incredible experience
let me
with us.
show you the difference between matured, passionate gentlemen who are over 21, 30, maybe 40. I don't know. It might be even over 50. I don't know.
He's 46.
But you guys
At
worked
20 years.
last night,
Yes.
and you agreed to be here at 10 o'clock in the morning, but you were. I wouldn't dare try to get
I know, right?
one of the young groups to come, you know, because they may get off stage at 11, 12 o'clock, but they on a whole nother stage until 4 or 5 in the morning, if I remember correctly, you know. And,
We got to bed right after.
yeah, I definitely understand when your passion is definitely on doing something and not wallowing in the echo of what you did.
Right.
Because doing it is what makes it. Talking about it is one thing, but until you do something, I suppose, let me go back to you, William, with the school,
Yeah.
president of a college.
Yeah.
You can do things as a teacher, and that's important. But there's something about writing.
Yeah.
You have to go beyond
Yeah.
what you do in the classroom to demonstrate your philosophy and if you
Exactly.
want to grow.
Exactly, and it I used to always say, you know, a good teaching you learn, but great teaching inspires, and so and that's how it is with this music thing with us, and pretty much with everything. Yeah, I'm looking to be inspired and to inspire.
The poet said, "Is the ocean sated by the perfect wave? Nay."
Exactly.
And that's the idea. You want to
Exactly.
keep on presenting a perfect movement, if possible,
That's right.
each and every time. But my point again is that only by doing can
Yes.
you critique and get better.
That's right. And that's the end game.
That's it.
That's the end game.
So I'm really blessed with our newspaper. I don't know if we've ever done a perfect one, but if I haven't, I've got next week to do it. Okay.
There you go.
And
That's right.
And
That's right.
And that's the point. So we want to be perfect, But we're judged not by the past. We're going to be judged again by what do we do. If the last thing I do is raggedy and ugly, that'll probably be the thing that's remembered. So you guys are yeah, you could give me a break. Not really, but I'll take a break. Got to make a change, a nickel or two somewhere along there.
Gotcha.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
You can eat anywhere, but you can't get food that is tasty and good for you just any old where. Good for you because it's fresh and prepared with care and purpose. Good food prepared with the goal of making you come back for more. The Cafe Organics is the spot that serves nutritious food that tastes like, man, it tastes really good. You'll need to check it out for yourself. 420 East Hospitality Lane in San Bernardino, Cafe Organics, 909-963-2911. Say Wallace sent you. Get the 10% Wallace discount. Try the street tacos, amazing, 909-963-2911. I actually had some of their fish tacos. I don't know which are the best, the street tacos or the fish tacos. Order some of both. Give me a call. Let me know how you feel about it. And if you call me and let me know which one you like best, and you're the first person to let me know which ones you like best, street or fish tacos, I'll buy your next order. I'm a cheap guy. You better take advantage of that. My number is 909-915-7922. I'm cheap, but I don't lie. Not on purpose. My folks did teach me how to tell good stories, however, but you'll know the difference between a lie and a story because the lie won't make you laugh. The story will. All right. We're back. I'm here interviewing. I'm being entertained by the Bromatics, and they haven't even sang a song for me. But I'm very entertained by their passion, their integrity, their desire to be the group that makes you, while you're sitting there dancing with your lady, make you feel like you can sing and sing that little song in her ear, and and hope she don't slap you or tell you to be quiet so I can hear it. But I know that was one of the things that has driven many of us to not be singers and respect those that are. So we have a caller. Who's on the line? Let me talk to him. Who is this? Hello, blinking light. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
We're calling in for our Papa Melvin Smith from the Bromatics.
You're calling for your who?
Our Papa Melvin Smith
Your Papa?
from the Bromatics.
Man, when you say Papa, I just knew you was my grandbaby calling me or something. I can be walking through the mall or walking down the street and some little kid say, Papa, I just turn around and just. But you mean your Papa Melvin, Papa Mellow Mel. Okay.
Yes.
You wanted to say hi to him, or you wanted to give us some embarrassing information about him?
We're proud of you, Papa. You're doing so good, and you've really grown as you've done this through the Bromatics, and we're really proud of all your accomplishments.
What song do you like? What is he?
All of them are really good.
What does he sing to you when you guys have the opportunity to say, Papa, sing to us? Papa, sing to us. What's his favorite song to sing to you?
The Weekend.
What? What did you say?
She said weekend. The weekend.
The Weekend?
The weekend. Yeah.
Oh,
she's
very good. You pay real close attention now, okay? Because we're getting ready to hear Papa sing. All right? And we may even get to hear his buddies chime in with it. All right? Now
Okay.
we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna allow these young men to get themselves together for this fine performance that'll take place in about 30, 40 seconds. We'll be right back.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
All right, we're gonna have a showtime. It's gonna be showtime at
I don't know how to
ETB.
email it to 'em.
Yeah. Okay, you want to email it? You want to?
I just play it right here, maybe, huh? Well, that it'd be better if I could. What do I hear? Shared?
Give it to me and put it on my microphone.
Okay.
That's a track one?
That way we can all hear it.
Acapella, they're using acapella.
Yeah, if y'all could do it a cappella, that'd probably be
If
the.
we just play this in the background,
Yeah, we can
that would be close to acapella.
Let's get the. Everybody plays a fool sometimes. No exceptions to the rule. Listen, baby. It may be factual, it may be cruel. I ain't lying. Everybody plays a fool. How do you like it when the music starts to play and your ability to reason is swept away? Oh, heaven on earth is all you see. You're out of touch with reality. Now you cry, and when you do, next time around someone's crying for you. Everybody plays a fool sometimes. No exceptions to the rule. Listen, baby.
Man, baby, you listening? Did you hear it? I'm talking to Josephine. That's my wife. She's down in Atlanta. I know she's listening. Baby, you see what I brought you? Huh? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, that was wonderful. That's amazing. So you guys that are out there will get an opportunity to hear the whole piece. You'll get to see them in their. They get dressed up. Let me tell you that part now. If you can go to bromatics.com Bromatics on YouTube. And there is a little reel that shows them singing different pieces. They are dressed up. Oh yeah, and they think they can dance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you look at it, you know, it's whoa, look out now. So they are entertaining to the eye, pleasing to the eye. I'll have to say that. You know, I wouldn't let them walk my wife to the car. Okay, not that but I'm just saying, Their next event, they had an event last night in Beverly Hills, Fine Arts Theater, Beverly Hills. And if I remember right, there was a lot of money people had to pay to come in there. I think on Mother's Day, the brunch at Haven City Marketplace, 8443 Haven, Rancho Cucamonga, Sunday, May 14th. Let me say it again. Mother's Day brunch at the Haven City Marketplace, 8443 Haven Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga. That's going to be May 14th. The show starts, the doors open at 1 o'clock. The concert starts at 3. So you don't want to miss that part. Let's see, is there anything else I need to say about that? Yes, if you'd like to book them, and you should, once again, go to bromatics.com, www.bromatics.com. That's BROMATIC, in case you went to one of those schools in Chicago or something. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me back up and take a very serious moment with the person who is really qualified to talk about an issue with our schools. First of all, Bromatics, top notch. I appreciate you guys coming in. I wish I had more time to examine your reflections on life after being black men more than 32 years. I mean, if you, oh my goodness, that's a whole nother show. One of the things that we constantly talk about, however, is education. What's going on with our kids, how the public school system, despite the successes that it allows to be created, that there's a large failure taking place with our young men, our young kids, with all of the kids, black, white, green, purple, and yellow. But the black kids seem to be chosen to be the last, the least served, the ones who are not getting out of school what should be. And guess what? I'm not surprised, and I don't think any of us are. What I am surprised about is our constant beating on the school system to get better when we know that better means a contribution from us on a supplementary basis. I'm saying, if we think our kids are not getting it at the public school system, should we not be doing something extra, a Saturday school, a Sunday school, an afternoon school? The smart kids go tutor the kids that need it. William, you were president of the college. I should ask you, what school, when was that? But more importantly, as an educator, what do you suggest we do to approach that circumstance?
Yeah, absolutely I do. There needs to be, and we need to take it more in our own hands and provide extra opportunities for our children. And no, they don't all take money to do that. You just need to really take a look at your local things that your taxes are paying for. But I will say this. This education thing and providing for our own is not anything new. There's a thing called historically black colleges, and when you research any of them and from whence they have come from, there was a time where we could not go to school.
Oh, it's against the law to be taught to read.
Absolutely. But what did we do then? What did we do? We developed our own schools. We did the extra things that made us and gave us opportunities to be able to compete.
I think the first public schools were designed to deal with that void in African American kids.
Absolutely.
Okay, so once again, our demise was a thing that created something to make America greater for everybody.
Everybody.
And it seems like every time anything is put together to raise black folk into a greater position of contribution,
we start going
it ends up being something that everybody, the cake that everybody gets to eat.
Right.
So with all of that said, coming from a college campus, thinking about how things are on Friday and how things are on Saturday and Sunday on a college campus, and looking at most colleges exist by reaching out, bringing more people in, I'm wondering, should we be looking at trying to load our kids up on a college campus on Saturday with volunteers?
Absolutely.
And in most cases, I would think that the colleges would help pay for that because it becomes part of their recruitment thing if we beat them up enough to make them understand that.
I think one of the avenues in which to do that are so many of our retirees. That's a wonderful opportunity for those of us who are indeed retired, educators in particular, to actually go and give back to those college campuses and bring them in. The perspective that you have is immeasurable.
I know you're a busy man, but you said go back to those colleges. they say if you want something to happen, you find busy people and get them to do it.
Absolutely.
So maybe instead of you just being able to say, go back, that if I offer some assistance, you'll be able to say, come back.
Absolutely.
Come back.
Sure enough.
Come back means you're going to work on it.
That's right.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
I'll work on it with you.
Absolutely.
I swear to goodness I will.
In fact, I still am. And that's probably another show.
That is
but
another
indeed.
show.
But indeed.
Let's talk to that.
Absolutely. I have my own agency, and trust me,
See?
there are ways to get it done if you really want to get it done.
See, you might be able to go out and sing up a new audience.
That's right.
You know what? But the point is, you've got tremendous talents, and I appreciate again the fact that you are using them. You're not sitting around talking about what I used to do, what I could have done. You know, I scored 900 points, or I ran a 10-9. You ran track. You coach track.
Olympic.
Hurdles.
You ran the hurdles. Maybe this is where I'm hearing that Andrade name from.
Maybe.
Were you good?
NCAA national champion.
Oh, that's fair. When?
1985.
Oh my goodness.
SMU and 1996 Olympian for my country, Cape Verde. Cape
Look
Verde
at
Islands.
you.
So we can talk, Wallace.
Empire Talks Back brings it to you, folks. You don't get this everywhere. I got Olympic champions. I got I got heartbreakers. I got future makers. I got everything up in here. We do appreciate the fact that you're paying attention to Empire Talks Back. I love you guys. Doc, we are going to get together. We are going to get together. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to come out and I don't know. I'm scared to bring my wife around you guys, but I told her I was the best. You know, she's used to bad. She's used to bad singing right now. You know, and I could spoil it by bringing her. I'll give it a whirl. She'll be back in town. We'll give it a try. This is Empire Talks Back. I love you guys. Thank you for deciding to spend your time with us today, and I hope we did something to educate you. I hope we did something to make you say, I hope we did something to make you say, wow, I didn't know that. And I know we made you laugh. So we'll talk to you again next week under two circumstances. One, if the good Lord's willing. Two, if the creek don't rise. God bless you. See you later.